What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're going to take my brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Rebel. This is the SST, not a Hemi. This is the straight 6 turbo, the 3-liter Hurricane, standard output, not the high output. And it's been giving us some problems. We've had multiple misfires, multiple check engine lights, lost communications. I mean, we've had so many problems with this truck. And unfortunately, I have an entire day where I've got to haul cars hours and hours from AAR headquarters in Byers, Oklahoma to my friend Monkey Wrench Mike up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I figured today the check engine light has now magically turned itself off, so the truck should be good to go. And I thought, why don't we do a couple things? Number one, we're hauling a big car. We've got a 2006, I think, Lexus LS 460. It's a big, heavy car. Why don't we see what kind of fuel economy we can get driving in hellacious winds all the way to Tulsa? I'm curious to see what kind of fuel economy this thing gets hauling a big car with a nice sized trailer behind it. And then let's see if we can actually make it without the check engine light coming on or flashing or misfires, because we have to go from Tulsa and we got to go over 3 hours back to AAR headquarters. And we're going to haul another car back to Tulsa again. We're going to have a day. So here it is, my 2025 Ram 1500 Rebel. And I thought it'd be a good time to show you the squat too, just so you can get a pretty good idea of what it looks like loaded down. I've got the tongue weight right where it needs to be. I've got the car loaded properly. Everything is happy. The squat is honestly not that bad. It is not that bad at all, considering we have the trailer loaded up with this ginormous Lexus. Man, the Lexus takes up the majority of my trailer. It's actually a very big and pretty damn heavy car, guys. Trailer tires are all brand new. Everything is strapped down, latched down, locked down, and ready to go. Looks like my neighbor is home today. Shout out to Oklahoma Highway Patrol. And hey, Mike's tire's still aired up. That always goes flat overnight. I put some stop leak in it. Apparently it worked. All right, so let me make sure this is, yeah, that's locked down as well. We've got everything strapped down, locked down. I checked the lights yesterday. Everything is working great. I think we're ready, guys. Take a look. The squat, honestly, I'm very impressed at how well this truck handles towing something big. This is the biggest thing I've ever towed with this truck. So it should be interesting, because today is an extremely windy day here in Oklahoma. Let's take a look at the miles real quick. Let's clear the fuel economy and let's get on the road here. Mileage is currently 4,398 miles. If we go into fuel economy, average, and I have already been towing, but average, where did it go? 15.1. Let's clear that. There we go. Check engine light currently out, nothing on down there. Mileage, let's get on the road and let's see how this thing does today. So we're on the turnpike, and the speed limit out here is 80 miles an hour. Now I have radials on all of my trailers, so I can do 80 miles an hour without any problem. The issue I'm having is I had to cut it down to about 75. I don't know if it's the wind. I don't know if it's just because how big of a load I've got behind the truck. I don't think it's anything with the truck, but I was getting some trailer sway. Now, it is an extremely windy day today. Obviously, that car is very big and very heavy, so we were getting a little bit of sway at 80 miles an hour. I didn't like it. I'm not comfortable with it, so I dropped it down to 75, and it seems like the majority of the sway has gone away by dropping the speed down to about 75 miles an hour. There's still a little bit there, but most of it's gone. Now, as far as fuel economy is concerned, oh man, it's not good. Let's just take a quick peek at the fuel economy. Currently averaging 10.2 miles a gallon over the last 13 miles. I'm seriously hoping that this fuel economy number goes up. If we could do 12 or 13, I think that would be great, man. That'd be really good. It's important to also remember, you know, this is where having a V8 is really going to shine, in my opinion. You know, this smaller engine, even boosted, it's really having to work when you've got a load put behind her, man. So a Hemi, naturally aspirated Hemi, or any V8 for that matter, it's already got the power. It's ready to go. You got to build boost. You really got to work to get that kind of power out of this engine. So it's natural that you're going to see worse fuel economy out of a boosted motor like this trying to perform the same as a naturally aspirated big old Hemi. With that said, let's see if we can pull 12, 13 miles a gallon out of this bad boy. Let's continue on our way to Tulsa. And we are 60 miles in. We've probably got about another 35, 40 miles to go. 61 miles in. The truck is doing really well considering, again, the weight and the wind. We are at 11.7 miles a gallon. I don't think we're going to cross 12, guys. I was really hoping for 12. 11.7's close, but I can tell you that with a Hemi, I would pretty regularly be able to pull cars or whatever I put behind the truck, and I could get about 14 miles a gallon out of it. So you're definitely sacrificing some fuel economy with this engine, but honestly, it's not that much. It doesn't make that big of a difference, and I'm still pretty happy with the engine. You could definitely tell she's having to work, and that is probably my biggest concern. That is way more concerning than losing 1.3 miles a gallon. All right, I can live with 1.3 miles a gallon, and again, it's a very windy day. Maybe even with a Hemi, we still might have been pulling 11.6, 11.7 miles a gallon anyway. My biggest fear really does come down to the amount of work this little engine. Remember, it's a 3-liter versus a Hemi 5.7. You're talking practically half of the engine that a Hemi is, but yet it's expected to perform the same amount of work, provide the same amount of horsepower and torque, and get close to the same fuel economy. You're asking an awful lot out of a really small displacement engine under the stress of boost as well. So I think more than fuel economy, more than anything else, this truck does great. They did a phenomenal job with the 3-liter Hurricane, in my opinion. Yes, there are still some bugs, but this engine is extremely impressive for what it's capable of doing. The amount of stress that this engine handles and how solid it is at getting the job done when you need it to work. But I can't help but wonder, how long will these engines last being under so much stress? I am very concerned about the longevity of these engines, but it's too early to tell, so we'll just have to wait and see. One thing I can promise you, though, is if you stick around and you watch these videos, I will do regular updates. I'm going to do regular updates on this truck, how things are going, problems that I've encountered, and we'll keep you up to date because I love new technology. I'm intrigued by it. I honestly, even though I'm a V8 guy myself, I find it to be like astonishing that you can take a little 3-liter and basically make it do everything that a big displacement V8 could do in such a tiny package. That is very impressive. With that said, I really hope that they bring the Hemi back to these trucks. But I think it's going to be interesting to follow along because this truck is not a pavement princess. This is not just something that I drive around and, you know, look, I've got a nice bright red Rebel. This truck works, and it's going to continue working. And I think if anybody out there is actually going to test one of these engines out, it's going to be me, because I'm going to pull trailers and lawn equipment and cars and all kinds of other stuff all over the place with this truck, and we're going to push it to its limits, and we're going to find out if it can really hang with the Hemi. Well, I'm happy to report we seem to have broken through all of that wind, and it is smooth sailing now that we're up in Tulsa. I'm also happy to report that once that wind got away, we're able to speed up. The truck is nice and stable, and of course, the fuel economy came shooting right back to life. Take a look. We've driven 93.8 miles, and our average fuel economy is now 12.2 miles a gallon. Now, that's more like it. That is something I can deal with. At its worst, we were down to like 11.5. Like, I was really starting to get frustrated with the fuel economy of this. I was like, come on, man, you got to do better than this. All I wanted was to hit 12. Now, we still have a little ways to go, but I think we're going to end at Monkey Wrench Mike's house somewhere right around 12 miles a gallon. Now, we still have probably another 6 hours or so worth of towing and driving to do today, so we'll see where it ends up at the end of the day. But so far with this heavy car, 12.2 miles a gallon is not bad. And we're still at 12.2 miles a gallon, so no complaints at all. This thing did phenomenal. We still got a long way to go though, so the journey isn't over yet. Well, we made it down to AAR headquarters, and we're now averaging 13 miles a gallon. And yep, we got another one. The weather's turning on us, so we decided to go ahead and load up the next car. This will be the last one. Somewhere over here is Monkey Wrench Mike. There he is. He's finishing it up.
Making like little pretty things.
So it was 3 hours up there, then 3 hours back, and then 3 hours up there again. So it'll be a total of 6 hours towing, right?
I think you're adding a little bit of time.
No, it's 3 hours from here, isn't it?
3 hours?
That's what you said. It's 2?
2.
2 hours. Okay, so, well, that changes the whole video then.
It's 4 hours to Tulsa and back from here. Would that make you feel better?
And back. Okay, so 2 hours towing to you. 2 hours riding back.
Yep.
Now 2 hours taking this back. And then 2 hours back. So it'll be 8 hours total.
That's a good 8 hour day.
8 hours total. And 4 of those hours hauling the biggest damn car, as Monkey Wrench Mike know. I think the S, is the S-Class bigger than this? Or no?
Yeah, I think so.
It is? I was thinking maybe it was.
Yeah.
So 2 big Bertha Lexuses. Lexi. I like the sound of that. And you're going to drive back in...
the oldest.
Yeah, so I'm not going to film any of that because I think you're making your own video on will the Mercedes make it. Right. You'll have to watch his video to see if I don't think it's going to. I predict. Did you buy that for me? Is that one of my cars?
Yes.
Yeah, so that one's probably not going to make it. You should have just put it on the trailer and saved a trip because it's going to break down. This is my prediction.
Okay.
It's going to break down. And then we're going to have to unload this car because this one will make it. It's a Lexus, right?
This has 5 miles left in it for gasoline, so we're going to break down 4 miles from the gas station.
We might, since I got to fill up with gas anyway, we might just want to throw a few gallons in the Lexus just in case we end up on the side of the road and having to swap vehicles.
That would be smart.
So this is going to be fun. So the truck is doing really well. It's doing really well. I can't wait to see how it does hauling this one. I'm betting this one is lighter than the one.
Oh, yeah.
That other one is so big. So I'm happy that no check engine lights so far.
So far.
No misfires.
So far.
Getting a whole 13 miles a gallon.
That's good.
I mean, for hauling with a gas engine.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, but yeah, that's actually is this? That's fine. It's fine. It's one strap, really. It's one strap. Oh, I'm going to throw a little bonus in this video, though, before... see, Mike and I have a couple videos we have to film. He's got a Maserati video he's filming. He's got a Mercedes video that he's filming. I've got a Nissan 300Z Will It Run, and you and I, we got a little friendly bet.
We do.
Somebody's buying dinner. It's either you or me, and it depends on whether the Maserati runs and drives out of the garage first, or my Z car runs and drives out of the garage first. So I got to make that video. You got to make that video too. That's 3 videos.
Yeah.
Damn. It's like going to IAA or Copart, man. See? Except you just got to drive 2 hours to get there and then 2 hours back home. So I've got that. Then I've got a video I'm going to make on the Impala. And this car sold. Everybody said it wasn't going to. Everybody said this car was never going to bring any money.
This one?
Yeah, it sold immediately. Like it took 2 days.
Yeah.
And it sold. I got an offer in late last night.
It's such a good looking car.
For $8,500. Uh-oh. Somebody coming out here sucking the gas. Come on now. Yeah, $8,500.
That's good.
I'm thrilled with it.
This is my favorite part of the car right there.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Sheet screw, isn't it?
Yes, it's a sheet metal screw. It was in there when I got it. If that comes out, this whole side piece comes down. Yeah. You know, it's a beater for sure. A cool looking and sounding, and it drives great. It still has a lot of work that needs to be done to it, but I thought $8,500, you can have it.
Yeah.
You can have it, man. So this thing is gone, ladies and gentlemen. It's no longer up for sale. You know what else is gone? Our daylight. it's about gone, and the weather is turning. It's supposed to get real nasty, so I guess we ought to get in the shop and start getting a few things buttoned up here, and then we'll continue this video when we get back on the road and see what kind of fuel economy I get on the way back to Tulsa.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys in a snap. All right, guys, it's got dark on us. We spent all night here, guys. It is currently, almost 11:30 at night, and we're finally getting out of here. Long day working on the Z car, working on Monkey Wrench Mike's Mazza Ghibli. I forgot the name, but forget about it. Working on the Impala. So now we got this loaded up. We're gonna get out of here. Some nasty weather. Hopefully that doesn't affect our trip, but let the truck idle just to warm up a little bit, because it is kind of nipply out here tonight. Lots of wind. Temperature outside is currently 49 degrees. We're gonna have to stop and get some fuel. Check engine light is not on. Current mileage is 4,646 miles. So get those windshield wipers going. I think we're good to go. Cross your fingers, guys. We're at 12.8 miles a gallon. Let's see how we do when we get back to Monkey Wrench Mike's house in Tulsa, which should be about 2.5 hours away from here. Well, guys, it is now 2:04 in the morning. The mileage is now 4,781. According to my trip, we've driven 382.7 miles today, and I'm not done. I still have to drive all the way back to my house from Tulsa. We're currently averaging, well, let me show you here, 12.2 miles a gallon over the last 7 hours and 19 minutes. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, with the kind of towing that we've been doing, 12.2 is very exciting. I'm absolutely fine with that. This is honestly pretty impressive. Obviously on the way back we're unloaded, but we still have a trailer behind us. What I found interesting is, even unloaded, just carrying the trailer, it seemed to hang out around 12.5, 12.7, and then loaded, you're looking right around 12 miles a gallon with a carload. So I mean, it really didn't seem like it made that big of a difference whether we had something on the trailer or not. Anyway, let's drive an hour and a half back to my house, and let's see what the final tally is on the fuel economy, final mileage, and then I am going to go to bed because I'm expecting to get home right before 4 o'clock in the morning. And just like that, we made it. I am abso-freaking-lutely exhausted. It is 3:49 in the morning. Let's take a look at these numbers. 487.5 miles driven today. It's in the course of 9 hours.
Counting stars became a big pot.
Why did the radio just come on out of nowhere?
In Australia.
Anyway, that was me. I hit a button by accident. So almost 500 miles in 9 hours. 12.1 miles a gallon is our average. I'm just going to say, guys, that's honestly not bad. I was hoping for 12. And remember, half of these 500 miles, we were loaded. Like, I'm talking trailer and car. And then the other half, we still had a trailer behind us. So this thing did phenomenal. I'm not upset with it at all. Exceeded my expectations. It put in a lot of work today. And we are almost to 5,000 miles, which means I need to take it in for an oil change and then let them try to figure out why we keep getting misfires and check engine lights and all of that other stuff. I'm exhausted. I'm ready for bed. So I'll let you guys tell me what you think. 12.1 miles a gallon hauling. And remember, I've said it many, many times, but today was a nasty weather day. It was super windy. It was wet and cold, and it was just awful. And we hauled 2 really big cars all over God's creation. So the truck put in a lot of work. It did, and it hauls great. Like, it tows so nice, so comfortable, very solid. I actually love this truck. So I'm crossing my fingers that whatever's going on with the check engine lights and communication errors and misfires and low fuel pressure, I'm really hoping that they can get it figured out, because I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to have to trade it in. I don't want to have to lemon law it. I just don't want to go through any of that rigmarole or BS. I just want the truck that I bought. That's it. I want the truck that I bought to do exactly what the truck's supposed to do without having all these errors and making me feel like I don't know if I can trust it or not. Obviously, today she put in work and she did great. And I'm absolutely in love with this truck. The Hurricane engine's a beast, man. An absolute beast when it comes to putting in work. With that, guys, it's just at 4 o'clock in the freaking morning. I'm exhausted. I got work today, so I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it all over again. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.